use the thermometer, even though I know the temperature against it. And there's a Jackie working away there on the lollipops. So we use the same base ingredients, the water, sugar, glucose, obviously smaller amounts. They're down about, I shouldn't say down only to about, those 2 kilograms. That's plenty enough to deal with in one batch over there. Obviously individually pour it out those lollipops. And if we've got them, we get the Granny Smith apple, which is a nice sour apple, we'll turn over in the top here. Just so you get that sweet sour. I'm doing the dishes straight away. The last thing I do is let's say the topping 2% hard, which is definitely well. We just got to dissolve that straight away. Alright. So, in a short period of time, the topping has started to develop a skin, as you can see there. And we can utilise that skin. I can just pinch it, try to get it on my hands. That was quite good. I just want to keep it moving around. So that's probably still about 140 degrees Celsius there. You can touch the skin. You won't see me stick my fingers in that. There's no skin that's moving. Yeah, we'll let that skin form. So just to be patient, learn to read how the topping's behaving. All this will go back into the batch. Now, that's the final ingredient, and then what I'm going to be doing is just working the topping to more of a dough consistency. I want to talk to you at that stage about the history of Brown's Confectionery. So I'll get into that citric acid. This is the sour component. In this case, the tangy component. We don't add enough to make it sour. We can't compete with 8.5 kilos of sugar in this case rather than flavouring. So we'll start working that through. And Brown's Confectionery story. We're the only business you'll come across today on your travel around Southern Hill that isn't a recreation but a continuation of the Goldfield business. We are 175 years old. Pretty amazing, still going strong. Bigger than better than ever. You learn the craft of confectionery making. That's part of his trained cardboard confectionery making. John also owned horses, even though he did specialise in pastry goods. But that all changed. John had a son, Thomas, who unfortunately started getting very ill. Severe respiratory issues. And the doctors back in England recommended that the boy go on in town. So John wanted to open up a bakery there, but he's pretty much beaten to it. They're already established all over town. And being in a foreign country, a little bit reserved, he didn't really want to compete with anyone. He had the confectionery equipment, so he said, let's try our luck there. There were no lolly makers in town. And John quickly made a reputation for making high quality sweets. Now, they operated 25 years in Denali, but unfortunately the business was lost due to a fire, and the family home was also lost in the same fire there. And that's when they made the move here to Ballarat. This time they built a bigger brick building, heritage listed these days, in the heart of town. They operated out there for about 20, no clean water in town. All the rivers and streams were highly polluted. I don't know if you've been in the creek today, I'm sure you'll head down. For a start, our creek's muddy. Everyone's churning upside down, literally flipping upside down, trying to find the gold in the gravel. And yeah, it makes it more muddy. On top of that, you would add rubbish or sewage, animal carcasses, other pollutants from company mines. Light contact, they need it, but it's good to be able to heat it up or cool it down. We just like it warm. Alrighty. Colours have changed. We use the artificial form these days. Similar to what we have in our pantries at home, apart from the fact we buy a massive boat. But to colour confectionery, there were no laws and regulations, so you could add anything you want to do that job, which is pretty scary when you think about it. I'll get the top end on scissors. Yeah, so some of the colours of choice. If we wanted a black, we'd use squid ink. And obviously coming from coastal areas, we couldn't always rely on that to be sent to us. So in those cases, we could use chimney soot to cover it. If we wanted a brown, we'd put to boil bark, and that would release tannins. Green was chlorophyll, but the same principle, boil out the green plant life. So lush green grass usually be the cheapest, best option. And the dry months, spinach, which is expensive, algae, slime, moss, these sort of things. If I wanted a yellow or an orange, we would collect rust, deliberately collect in a bucket and add that to the batch. But most importantly, the most popular famous colour of all was the red, and it was cochineal. Now cochineal red is an amazing, vibrant food colouring, fabric colouring, using cosmetics. The red coat soldiers today at 1:30 will march around wearing their cochineal red coats. So keep an eye out for that.
A bit stressed.
I'm a bit stressed today. Oh yeah. Thanks for sharing that with everyone. It's alright, we'll get it sorted. Alrighty. So, you alright to go, mate?
Yes, Ben.
You're going to show them how it's done. Work the guns. Yep. Alright, let's do it, mate. So yeah, Joel's part of the confectionery team. He has been for the last 6 years. Every Wednesday we have his company, don't we, mate?
Yeah.
What are you doing Thursday, buddy?
Gardening.
You work with the gardening department, don't you?
Gardening department, and then raking with Caitlin.
Yeah, raking leaves and watering gardens and other things, eh?
Other things.
And but Joel's main job in here is obviously coming. He loves having a wine when it's time, but Joel's busy man out the back, jarring raspberry drops in large jars. As I said, it's our most popular item, and the only one we put in big 775 gram jars. So yeah, Joel's out there doing that today.
Ooh.
How many are you going to get? I think we've got about 120 jars. So you think you'll get them all done? I reckon you will. That's the Joel's helping us.
Sorry, it's called the gardening you.
The gardening, yeah, we don't have to talk about the gardening use, mate.
Yeah, no. I put the lead.
Those other ones, they are all clay. Some are brass, some are lead slash brass, some are lead, complete lead. So, yeah, they're
Gone. Poison.
Poison, gone, get rid of them. Alright, lucky last. So Joel's getting good work out today. Every piece is technically a bit harder than the last, physically for Joel, and the fact that he's starting to set. So yeah, you get a really decent workout, don't you, mate?
Yes.
And on top we put down,
Thank you, Ben.
thank you, Joel, we put down flour. It's gluten free, it's rice and corn flour mixed together.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. You're a good helper. Did you want to do your high elbows, mate?
Oh, yeah, Ben, it's fine.
He does high elbow. We're not allowed to do high elbow. Police are on that one for us. But yeah, high elbows. Nice work. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? The high elbows.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Alright, so what we're doing this, I'm just putting down a release age on the table. This is canola oil on a chuck spot. Very simple. They used to use lard or animal fat, very smelly and of course very unhygienic, so a lot cleaner and more efficient. And strips or sheets in here when they're at room temperature, which will be another 15 minutes. The next thing to do is to decant these ones out. Just have to move these back a bit. We get our sieve. And obviously once we've got the sieve, you give it a good shake and that will separate the crumb and the flour from the product itself. You don't get too much wastage. I'll show you quickly. So it's not too much, and a lot of that's flour anyway. That can be recycled. I shouldn't say recycled, sorry, collected and put into chocolate frogs or fudges. You can't remelt it, would definitely burn it, but as I said, it will definitely melt slightly into nice warm chocolate. Doesn't sound very nice at all, does it? Alright. The first piece, Joel roll. Even at this stage, you see it starting to break up. But I said, we do like to let them get to room temperature before we take them. And that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks so much for coming along. Any questions, please ask away.